Well, here we are again. As Speaker of the House, it is my responsibility to lead the House of Representatives and to do what is right by the American people, and that's what we did today in two very important votes. The first was a common sense, very reasonable, nonpartisan effort to keep the government open. This is a very short 7-week holdover of government funding. We are going to allow more time for the appropriations process to continue. We have been working very hard here to get appropriations back to some semblance of regular order, and I'm proud of the work that the House has done, having passed 12 separate appropriations bills as the system is supposed to work, 3 off the House floor, 3 off the Senate floor. We voted to go to a conference committee to resolve the differences between those bills and to keep this process going. So the responsible thing to do was to keep the government open to allow a little more time for that to happen. So we put a short-term, very clean CR on the floor today that will allow just that. We did it early enough to allow our Senate colleagues to process this. Unfortunately, we didn't have, I think we only had one Democrat come along with us on that, and that's shameful in my opinion, because we could have turned this into a partisan measure, and we chose not to do that. Chuck Schumer chose to try to make this a partisan exercise, and Hakeem Jeffries as well. And it's wrong to do that. And so if they choose to vote against this clean, completely nonpartisan CR, then they will be choosing to shut the government down, and they will owe the consequences of what happens following that. Now, I'm always open to meeting with anybody to get our work done here, but there wasn't really much to discuss with Chuck Schumer because he decided and announced a while back that he was not going to go along for a clean short-term CR. Now remember, he's always voted on these in the past. He's never had a problem with it ever before. But now suddenly he does, and there's no rational reason for him to do so, so wasn't much for us to discuss. Now I do talk with Hakeem Jeffries, the Democrat leader here, routinely, regularly, and he and I have had a lot of discussions about this, and I encouraged him to tell his folks that they should do the right thing so that we can continue in a bipartisan fashion to get the government funded. And they've chosen a different route. If Chuck Schumer intends to shut the government down, I don't see an easy route out of that, and there's going to be a lot of pain, and a lot of people will suffer from that unnecessarily. Think of it. We would not be paying our troops at a time of very serious conflict around the globe. And we could go down the laundry list of things that would happen, and I hope they don't do that to the American people. Thank you all so much.